For joining us. My name is Celeste. I am one of the people behind the scenes on Team PESI Rehab, and I'm coming at you from the Orthopedic and Neuro Rehab Summit, Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, and I am here with everybody's favorite, Shanté Cofield. In case you're one of you who doesn't already know this amazing lady, she's a physical therapist, certified strength and conditioning coach, probably certified in CrossFit, all kinds of other amazing things. Today she did one of our pre-conference labs, and we just wanted to share a little bit of this Vegas magic with you guys. So, Shanté, my first question for you is, why did you join us in Vegas?
Well, one, it's Vegas, like, period, it's Vegas. But from why would I even join in the first place? Nothing compares to the magic of being in the room. And anytime that I have the opportunity to do that, I'm going to say yes. You know, taking that opportunity years ago actually completely changed the trajectory of my life and my career, and made a promise to myself since that day. If I have the opportunity to experience that magic, because it cannot be replicated, I will say yes.
For those of you who are joining us through the computers, we did record some of the hottest sessions from this year, so you can do the self-study package, and I think we've recorded 15 of the sessions from this year.
Awesome.
It is just a taste of what we bring to the table here at the Orthopedic and Neuro Rehab Summit. So, Shanté, when you started doing things outside of just clinical treatment in an office, what was it that got you into being a presenter, being the person on the stage?
I would say my journey's been one of exclusion, and it's easier to say what we don't like doing. And I knew I didn't like doing certain things. I didn't really love treating. I loved assessment. And so I was looking for other things to do and stumbled across rock tape. And I had some patients that it was marathon time. I'm from New Jersey, but was in New York City for 9 years. It's marathon time. Everyone's coming in all taped up. And I was like, what is this? How does it work? Signed up for a rock tape class to further my own understanding, but in that class, Perry Nicholson was the presenter, he was the teacher, and I was like, there are options. There's other things I can be doing. There's other ways I can use my skill set, and that is what got me started down that path of presenting and teaching, and really just something that I fall in love with.
Yeah. Ty there, Perry Nicholson, if you guys haven't followed him, Stop Chasing Pain is the name of his platform. Follow Shanté, she is the movement maestro. So much incredible information, completely free on both of their platforms. You guys definitely make sure to go check out those accounts after this. So now that speaking and being the presenter is a big part of what you do, what's the number one question you get from other professionals in the field who are kind of trying to decide, like, what is that next step you do to better yourself and keep pushing to expand not only your skill set, but your confidence? What was it that pushed you to try something different?
So for me, it was largely unhappiness and kind of dissatisfaction and feeling like there's something more that I should be doing, that I'm meant to be doing, that I want to be doing, and treatment wasn't scratching the itch. I went into PT knowing that it probably wouldn't, but that I had an interest there, I had some proficiency, some familiarity with movement, things like that, and so it was a natural progression. But going into the other stuff, I was just like, it feels like there's something else, something that I'm missing that I could be better at, and that I could have the impact that I wanted. When you take more of that leveraged approach and you are now working with the people who work with the people, suddenly you can have this massive ripple effect. And that's what got me into doing that. And I think the number one question that I receive from people now is, well, why me? Like, why should I be the one? Like, who am I to say these things? Especially people that are a little bit earlier in their careers, and they're like, everyone else is there. There's other people talking about this. Why should I do it? Who am I to say something? And the number one answer that I have for that is that's exactly why you should do it. If other people are saying it, one, that means it's proof of concept, but the fact that other people are saying it means that other people need to hear things in different ways from different people. So even if you are saying the exact same thing, I guarantee it's going to be received differently because you're different, right? Celeste and I could say the exact same things, but even if you just sit here looking at us, we are different, our experiences are different, the things we're bringing to the table are different. So when people are like, why, like, what do I have to bring? Like, why me? Because you. That's exactly why.
It's one of my favorite things about my role. So I am not a clinician. I just have the awesome opportunity to work with them here. And for me, there's so many people that come like, well, I've worked in the field for 20 years, but why would I be the one to present? Like, you know all of the things. Let's bring your specialty here to the table so that you can teach these other people what it is that you have figured out through trial and error, where now you've got your solutions for this diagnosis or problem where, like, you have this. It's all in here. You just got to get it out. And so That's one of my favorite things, is almost like talking people up about their own skill
Yes,
set. I can hear it radiates out of you. Let's share it with the world. And so
that right there.
our presenters at this conference are always amazing. We make sure that everybody gives actionable content that you can use in clinic right away. And I think that's one of the things that really sets this event apart and our speakers apart, is that we hone in on, when somebody hears your session, what are they going to do differently when they see their next patient with whatever that issue might have been. And I think whether that's the business-focused things that Shanté presented today, or the TMJ session that we've got tomorrow, everything is actionable, and that, I think, makes a huge, huge difference for the people who join us at this event, and everything that you guys build for us.
Absolutely. Speaking as someone who was on the other side of things, and not the presenting side, on the attendee side and on the clinician side, that is something that is so important and honestly quite rare at conferences, where you actually walk away with things that you can use in the moment. It's not that people are spitting theory at you or talking just concepts. It's like, hey, you go in, you have a 2-hour session, and things are going to get done, and you will have tools that you can walk away with and implement. If you were to go clinic that day, hope you're not, but if you were to go that day, you could implement it that day. And that is definitely a standout thing from all the stuff that Peggy did.
So if any of you out there are interested in learning a little bit more about expanding your services, potentially outside of your traditional role right now as a rehab clinician, we have an awesome event coming up on November 8th that is completely free. You can sign up. Shanté is one of the speakers on deck. My speakers are all absolutely amazing. It's a mixture of PTs, OTs, and chiros who are all doing something that is non-traditional and have developed a following. They've niched down into whatever it was that was their passion, so that they can do more of what they loved and cut out the stuff that they didn't. So Shanté will be one of the ones on deck for that day, but we're going to talk about those things. What is the first step when you know that you're daydreaming about doing something different than what you're doing now, but you maybe don't know how to take that first step? What did these people do? What would they share with you in hindsight now, 5, 10, 15 years later into their journey? All of their stories are very different. They all have different specialties. So we've got an OT who focuses on early intervention. We've got Shanté, who does business coaching for rehab and fitness type people. We've got a chiropractor who started out in the fitness industry, but now has started her completely own different company. We've got an OT who focuses on home assessments and helping other OTs build their own business. We've got a chiro who has 150,000 followers, probably more now by the time that this event will be happening. She focused in on foot and gait mechanics, and her stuff is incredible. These people are all going to share their stories, and you got to click the link down below, register for the event. You get access to the recording, even if you can't join us live that day. You guys will not want to miss this one. This lady is incredible. The whole lineup is incredible.
It's free.
It's free. Click the button.
It's free. Yeah, it's free. One thing that I also get asked and that people are concerned about is, if I make this pivot, if I make this switch, is everything I did for nothing?
Yeah.
Like, I spent a zillion monies on this degree. What does it say about that?
All of my hair is falling out.
Right? To that, I say, and I will die on this hill, physical therapy, or whatever rehab, field you're in, whatever health field you're in, it is the best first career. You learn all of these skills of how to help people, work with people, manage your time, figure out things that are most effective, look for patterns, spot patterns, identify patterns. You learn how to speak, how to communicate things. And then you can take those skills, especially the ones that you're really good at, you're proficient at, and the ones that you actually want to be using, and you can go and work with who you want, in the capacity you want, as much or as little as you want. And that's where, going down these different rabbit holes, these different pathways, you can literally build the life and career of your dreams. And it's built upon all of those skills that you have from, 2, 3, 5, 10, however many years you were in practice doing whatever it is that you were doing. It's not like you're throwing it in the trash. You're literally taking those skills and amplifying them and getting to do what you want to do.
It's the dream.
It is. It's literally the dream.
It sure seems to me like you love what you do. Every time I talk to Shanté, she is having the best day.
Best life.
She plays volleyball all the time. I am a volleyball player, and I do not have enough volleyball in my life. It's a big problem right now. So Shanté's going to teach me how to get more of that back. And then from here, the other thing that I want to give you guys is something on Shanté's website. She's going to tell you all about it, but this is probably one of her top webpage visits. Webpage visits, wrong phrase. This is the place to go when you're looking to find step number one of the Maestro.
I would say go to my website, www.themovementmaestro.com, and if you click on free resources, that'll take you to all the free resources, and you can pick where you want to start. So I very strategically, when I had my website built, I made it a choose your own adventure. So when you hit the first page, which says themovementmaestro.com, you hit that homepage, you're going to have a bunch of options on the bottom. If you're looking for free resources for the first step of things, then yeah, free resources. If you're like, I don't even want to put my email in for any kind of free resources, cool, I got a podcast. No email required. We got 411 episodes, I want to say. And so you just have to pay in attention for that. So main website, first page, themovementmaestro.com. There's free resources button on there, but if you're like, I don't even want to go in that rabbit hole, the podcast is going to be your best bet, and you can navigate from there.
So many awesome people on the podcast too. So you guys would love it. Check it out. There's all kinds of different clinicians that she meets with as part of her podcast. I think for me, I feel like we did it.
We done it.
We knocked out 12 minutes.
That's it.
Whoop, whoop. Thank you everybody for joining us. Have an amazing rest of your day.
Hope to catch you at the event
I was
next
supposed to say
year.
one more thing.
The
Rehab
dates.
Summit next
Yeah.
year.
Yes.
We will be back here again in Vegas, October 25th through the 28th next year. Go ahead and mark it on your calendar so that you can come here in person to the Orthopedic and Neuro Rehab Summit in Vegas and get all of this awesome clinical information to bring back to your practice.
Experience the magic of
everybody.
being in the room. Woo!